if you're in the B2B marketing space, you need to look out for these different types of things. Every single company that I've personally marketed for within B2B software at CMRR over these past couple of years has been under these types of categories. And I'm going to be breaking down why you can't just go general in terms of a niche and how you can select a niche within a niche to properly market for, because off the bat, your messaging will get messed up if you do not have proper targeting and proper messaging for a very specific niche, okay? So within the entire B2B software space, we have a couple of different niches, okay? Fintech, custom dev, B2C software, CRM, mobile, okay? Fintech is like a financial solution. So it's some sort of software that either tracks, analyzes, moves, congregates money, capital, investment, something like that. And it actually has a primary function to pretty much just like increase the financial capabilities of any business. All right, that's Fintech. One of our clients is called Balance Cash in the Fintech space. B2C is anything business to consumer. So think like mobile apps in terms of like the app store, like think like AI note takers, think like Loom. The platform that I'm recording on right now is a media and screen recording application. So it's basically obviously like, it's B2B and B2C because it can be used for both. Custom dev is anybody who has developers or an entire software engineering team that is able to front load and take on large projects and complete tasks for other businesses. CRM is like Go High Level. If you guys are an agency owner, you're familiar with Go High Level. It's a CRM, so customer relationship management tool. It's basically just anything that helps you track leads and prospects. And lastly, I have here is mobile. Mobile is like anything with like a phone or like task management tools or like data management, things like that. So look, off the bat, when I started a few years ago in the B2B space, I was kind of just taking on like whoever it would make sense. Obviously, if you're a B2B lead gen agency, the best thing you can do is just have a really simple company website that just tells people what you do. You know, you don't need a fancy VSL. This isn't an info product. All you need is just a very simple what you do. $1 million plus ARR software companies hire us to book more demos. It's as simple as that. Case studies and testimonials. The exact system as to how I get in front of leads and prospects every single day and book anywhere from 30 to 45 calls is actually going to be the first thing right down below. So, this is Lil Baby. This is not a promo, but shout out Lil Baby, I guess. So if you go to any one of my videos that talk about marketing, sales, psychology, self-improvement, you can see in software companies and any of the comment sections you can message me on Instagram if you want the exact B2B outreach system. So obviously I'm very open about it. I don't like to gatekeep. My Instagram is very public. If you are in the B2B space and you're looking for a predictable way, I have pretty much compiled over these past couple of years a system that I use to this day, every single day, to predictably get in front of B2B prospects. It's here on School. These are the back-end modules. And then I host weekly calls that go alongside it, so you stay on track. Okay, so it's kind of like an entire info product within itself. All right. The key, what you need to do as an agency owner in the B2B space, is you need to get clear on a couple things. You need to get clear on, first of all, if you're in the agency space, you need to have a passion for something, okay? Your passion is probably not setting up like DMARC records on fucking Instantly and doing with that, okay? Like, you probably don't enjoy that, let's be completely honest here. Excuse my French. But you need to find your passion. For me, my passion is, I like seeing improvement. I like seeing goals get met. I like seeing progress. I'm very goal-oriented. Obviously, I'm a young dude, and I really like to win. That's it. Simply put, I just like to win by any means necessary. Okay. So my passion is building up something that I can see myself running years down the line, or eventually sell or build out. Okay. This is where my passion is, especially is why I started online business, passive income, and meeting goals, earning money online. Okay. Very broad. If you're clear on what you want, you can start to formulate a plan on how to get there. And the path will change over time. What you're doing right now today will differ in a couple weeks and will differ in a couple months. And then roads will cross, paths will change, things like that. It's completely normal. But what I want you to understand is I want you to get clear on one, who you're going after, okay? So let's think within the B2B space, okay? You have software, right? Off the top of my head, you have like insurance, you have legal solutions, there's data, compliance, things like that. You know, B2B is like educational. You know, I have a lot of buddies who sell a sales platform to businesses in which they train SDR teams on a very specific sales process because they're at 8 figures. So they've replicated a proven process to get there. I want you to think out of the box too. I want you to stop thinking about $2,000 month retainers, and I want you to start thinking about a predictable infrastructure. So let's take an example of gym launch. You know, let's look here, okay? Gym launch was created by Alex Hormozi. For you guys that don't know Alex Hormozi, he's one of the largest gurus in the space, okay? What gym launch is, it's a license essentially, so kind of what I do. And it is a growth solution for gyms. So gym launch, started by Alex Hormozi, at least from what I understand a couple years ago. He got himself in front of gyms. He positioned himself in front of gym owners and said, hey, look, you're here, you know, 5, 10K a month. You have to install my system, install my mechanism to get you from point A to point B. So Hormozi literally said, okay, you're right here, okay? You're at triangle number A. Let's just call this one A, okay? Now, you're here and you want to get to there, all right? There's a gap, which is our solution. So he has plug and play Facebook ad templates that can be used that are winning. He has plug and play appointment setting scripts and sales scripts. And he has mapped out an entire infrastructure and sells it as a license, okay? Now, you might be asking, Patrick, isn't this what you're doing as well? Yes, it is. I'm taking advice from some of the greats, okay? I'm selling my infrastructure as a solution through YouTube and Instagram for other agency owners because it not only has absolutely changed my life and the way I do business, but it's something that I still continuously use to this day, and it's being consistently updated by each week, okay? So not only am I just selling a license, just like Alex Hormozi did with Gym Launch, which eventually sold for like $46.2 million, I think, but I am actively using and tweaking the infrastructure as I am in the trenches as well, right? So I'm still sharpening every single tool in the shed when it comes down to getting on the phone with custom dev companies, fintech CEOs and founders based out of Silicon Valley. These are people that are very, very, very educated. Oxford, Stanford graduates, top Ivy League schools, at least here in the US and sometimes out of the country. These people are very, very, very knowledgeable, you know, in terms of skill sets and academia, they're at the top, right? They're very smart. Some of these guys are heavily funded by VCs and private equity and just other stuff. But regardless, I'm going on a tangent here, but what you have to understand is that you have to get clear on who you're going after, okay? And map out a proper solution and roadmap it. Roadmap the hell out of it. The reason why I say to roadmap it is because eventually you can have some sort of a license or a system yourself, okay? Now, this is pretty much the end goal for me, at least in the B2B space, but I don't want you to chase this shiny object syndrome first. I want you to build a predictable system for yourself or find one, which obviously you already have, but if you want to go ahead and take the time to build it and learn the longer route, that's totally fine. You can do what you need to do. I'm not gonna force you to do anything, but just know that as you are along the path of scaling your B2B agency, you need to get clear on one, who you're going after, okay? And two, you need to just have a roadmap. Please listen to me when I tell you this, please. You have to have a predictable system for every single client when it comes down to fulfillment, okay? I have consulted, coached, mentored, whatever you want to call it, helped out a lot of people who have just came from this YouTube channel, who have hit me up on Instagram, all right, over these past couple of years. The biggest issue is having custom fulfillment for every single client. Sorry, my throat kind of hurts. I don't know why. It might look like I'm making some sort of a weird face. But basically, you need to have black and white fulfillment for each client, okay? Black and white fulfillment. This basically just means that every single time you add a client, you need to have a proper system, okay? So as I went into in one of my previous YouTube videos, I went over the entire back end of my video or of my B2B agency. So my entire back end operations, I literally went through on a Google Drive, okay? So I have it here on Google Docs. It should be CMR, fulfillment, SOP. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go over it, but I have an entire video. It's like 20, 30 minutes long going after this. And I hand this over to VAs. I hand this over to my head of fulfillment. My head of acquisition has this as well. And it is streamlined fulfillment. So every single time I get a client, it's the exact same proven process that has worked for me, okay? So number one is to establish who you're going after. Number two is to have a clear roadmap. And number three is to have a very, very, very predictable way to fulfill for each and every single client that you take on, okay? So within the B2B software space, I have custom fulfillment for fintech, custom dev, and mobile. These are the three different archetypes: fintech, custom dev, and mobile. CRM we don't deal too much with because it's a very like vanilla solution. Everybody has a CRM these days. Then B2C is very hard because it takes a lot of marketing initiative and things like that, okay? So this is as B2B as it gets. For those of you guys that are curious about not necessarily just licensing my system, but learning a predictable and proven way and seeing how you can get your hands on learning how to market on LinkedIn and on cold email, hit me up on Instagram. Literally just DM me sales or DM me blueprint. Either one is fine. I'll send you some more information about this exact system. And honestly, I'll see in the DMs, like in the messages, if there's a way for me to help you out with this system. If there's not a way for me to help you out, least I can do is just, pass you over to one of my other info connects in the space or other B2B connects in the space to get you some actual value that you really need. But if this is something that you even slightly interests you in the slightest, hit me up. I bet it'll work great for you. You just need a proven system. And yeah, I'm looking for people to actually license this system out to. So if you're a B2B lead gen agency owner, DM me, link down below and comment section, okay? Hope this video helped and cleared up some of the common misconceptions about the B2B space and helped educate you further on how exactly to niche down, market, build your business, scale your business, things like that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything specific in terms of a topic that you would like me to go over in the B2B space or just software or marketing as a whole. I'm very transparent on this channel. I have over 300 videos talking about marketing, sales, psychology, self-improvement, things like that. I don't hold back. I don't bullshit. I don't gatekeep. Anything you guys need, I'll put it out here for free, except for the license, because this has made me well over 6 figures in the past couple of months, okay? Look forward to speaking with you guys soon. Take it easy. I'm out.